or trying to work on a video we want to bring to you. He's working over there trying to make it happen. Trying to make it happen. It's just being a little difficult sometimes when we use different videos from different websites and places that we've located it. He has to figure out how to make it work on the screen. He does a great job at it, and he can't get every single one. But that being said, I'm your host, BKP, 706-889-9700, chief@FetcherNews.com. And there are the social media ways to follow us. Now, that being said, let's go to number 33 again. Did they know? Okay. Now, the media, which, by golly, we know they won't lie. We know they won't turn a story a certain way. We know they will not forget history. We know that. They can't stand that we can research and study on our own now, but they know that they're going to try to paint the picture of it's Putin versus Trump. Okay? Putin versus Trump. Do you think Bill Clinton knew that day, him and Hillary, that he would participate in signing away the third largest nuclear arsenal in the world in Ukraine, that he would participate in that? Do you think that day when those old long-haired, pot-smoking hippies right there, saxophone playing, girl-loving, and even Bill picture, do you think on that day? Well, take them down. Let's put the Ukraine president back up, number 2. And if he could tell, that's the question that came to him. All right? Mr. Putin, please get out of Ukraine. Okay? So this article is from 4/30/2014. This is 2014, folks. So this would be the Huffington Post. Huffington Post, we're going to go there. And this would be 2014. And Donald Trump's not president. Barack Obama is. Too bad Ukraine didn't keep its 2,000 nuclear weapons. Okay? The U.S. should tone down the rhetoric and concentrate on the core issues of worldwide peace and accept the Crimea reality. Just accept the Crimea reality. The solution will evolve slowly if we let it. We're seeing the solution. In 1994, through an accident of fate, the newly independent country of Ukraine found itself in possession of the world's third largest nuclear arsenal. Third largest nuclear arsenal they were sitting on in 1994. So I would say United States, Russia, and then Ukraine. Okay? At first, Ukraine planned to keep its nuclear weapons, but at the insistence of the two strongest powers in the world, Russia and the United States, okay, this goes back 1994, Ukraine agreed to give up their nukes in exchange for perpetual guarantees of sovereignty and territorial integrity. Territorial integrity. So for you, all you whack jobs out there that are listening to the wacky people on MSNBC, CNN, ABC, and you hear them phrase the annexation of Crimea. Now see, at this time, Crimea is part of the territorial integrity in the deal. Crimea is part of it, okay? Borders, I think, I'm not looking at the map, the Black Sea down there. It is a major port, a major area for going through that strait or whatever. Just saying, okay? But the real issue here is it's part of the integrity, the territorial integrity, all right? And we made an agreement. Guarantees sovereignty, okay, their sovereignty and territorial integrity. This supposedly ironclad treaty, this ironclad treaty signed 20 years ago was the Budapest Memorandum. Pull up the Budapest Memorandum, okay? Now, I'm just going down this road for a reason, because you're going to hear so much disinformation going into this G20, G30, whatever. The media is going to say, is this going to be the same? What was that other damn meeting that Trump had with Putin he said he misspoke in the world? But the media is setting up this face-to-face with Putin. Will Trump confront? Okay. Now here's what the president of Ukraine is hoping. Okay, Petrov, is that his name, or whatever his name is, Petrol, whatever. Here's what he's hoping. I don't know his name right off. So if you're out there laughing, shut the hell up. I know these facts are things that other people are not giving you. But the president of Ukraine is really hoping that Trump will tell Putin to get the hell out. So, the world was a different place then. The Soviet Union was breaking up, and many of the former Russian satellite states in Eastern Europe were becoming independent countries. Why not give up their nukes? Russia was their protector and would always be there, and the United States lived up to its treaties. They expected us to live up to a treaty we made. Okay? Ukraine didn't need nuclear weapons. The treaty was signed by... Can we go back to picture 1? Is that 1? Let's go back to 1. No, where's the young Bill Clinton? What number was that? Number 30, number 29? I forget. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. The treaty was signed by Bill Clinton, the drunk Boris Yeltsin, okay, John Major, that was a real lefty blast from the past, lefty from England, and the Ukrainian president Leonid Kuchma, whatever. All these leaders agreed to protect the sovereignty and territorial agreement of Ukraine, meaning any Russian support for Crimea independence, okay, would be in violation of Russia's international obligations. The three powers committed to respect the independence and sovereignty and the existing borders of Ukraine and refrain from the threat or use of force against the territory, integrity, and political independence of Ukraine. I guess Ukrainians learned their lesson. Things change. This must be sure that Vladimir Putin wouldn't have seized Crimea if Ukraine had kept their nuclear weapons. So I don't want to go any deeper into this. There's a lot more into this article. It is from the Huffington Post. Okay. Josh, if anytime you're able to make that video work, let me know. Okay, I know you're working on that. Okay, we'll work on it during the break. I'll see if I can help you find another one. Okay, go back to let's go to number 3. And this is in a Washington Post interview with Trump yesterday. President Trump on Russian aggression aimed at Ukraine. Should the aggression concern people here? Trump, I don't like that aggression. I don't like that aggression at all, absolutely. And by the way, Europe shouldn't like that aggression, and Germany shouldn't like the aggression. You know, they're paying the 1%, and they are supposed to be paying much more than 1%. He's trying to tell them, look, you know, Germany, Europe, you should not like this aggression. This should concern you enough, okay? This should concern you enough. Please get out of Ukraine, Mr. Putin. All right, so let's go back to number 2. And I really want to do this for the reason, because these are the same people that are saying that the annexation of Crimea, which I just read an article, that was aggression, that who? President Obama, you realize Clinton signed this agreement removed the third largest. They counted on us. They counted on a treaty with the American people. If they got rid of their 2,000 nuclear weapons, the third largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world these people had in 1994. So Boris Yeltsin gets drunk. They get him an extra bottle or two of vodka over there in Russia. He signs a deal. He doesn't know what he signed. Bill Clinton signs a deal. Who does Putin push and go into Crimea? Obama. Who the hell are they expecting to fix the whole damn mess? Trump. And the media is making it look like, oh, Russia's the bad guy. They are. Easy. Russia's the bad guy, but they woke up yesterday from being the bad guy, and now they are giving Ukraine a problem. No, I don't think it was yesterday. Here is a story from Vox.com. This is September 3rd, 2014. Sorry, Ukraine, Obama is not going to defend you from Russia. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, a small Eastern European country that reasonably fears it could be next on Russia's invasion list, was a huge step against Russian aggression. Obama promised that the U.S. and other members of NATO, would that be NATO, the military alliance that includes most Europe? See, I'm telling you now, they're going to freak out all day. And here's what they're going to say, okay? Here's what they're going to freak out and say all day long. I mean, this just ticks me off. Because they got the damn money and I don't. Send me the damn money because I'll get you the truth out there. Okay, here's what they're going to say all damn day. Well, you know, we tried to ask Trump, and he's not educated enough. He's not smart enough. We tried to ask Trump about this aggression. And what's he go to? The NATO 1%. Why, he goes to NATO in the 1% immediately because he's not smart enough to deal with international affairs. No, let me tell you why he went to the NATO in the 1%. Let me tell you why he said, Europe, you should be concerned. We'll read it again for you. For those of you that are just turned off, you know, Bugs Bunny or whatever you're watching. Let's go to again, one more time, 3. Now we'll paint this together. This is for you at home. You at home that think that Khashoggi is an American citizen. These are the kind of things. You at home that think it's no big deal that they have annexed Crimea. Let's go to number 3 one more time. President Donald Trump's aggression on Ukraine. Should that aggression concern the people here? I don't like the aggression. I don't like that aggression at all, absolutely. And by the way, Europe shouldn't like the aggression. And Germany shouldn't like the aggression. You know, they're paying 1% and they should be paying much more. They should have been preparing for this. They signed the deal in 1994, folks. I'm tired of hearing the front page of Ukraine this and Ukraine that. I'm not even a foreign policy expert. Hell, maybe I am a foreign policy expert. That's what I'll do. That's a new segment, Josh. BKP's attempt at being a foreign policy expert. Yeah, this is my attempt. 1994, the drunk Boris Yeltsin. Bill Clinton. They all get together. John Major's over there in England. They get the Ukraine guy. They get together. They get rid of the nukes. 1994, they make a deal. And then guess what? Since 1994, we have been going over and asking them, George Bush, hey, NATO, could you please pick it up a little bit? One of these days we could have a Ukraine thing. Yeah. Every one of them, NATO, can you pick it up? This guy put them on the spot. Damn it, it's time to pick up the money because Putin took Crimea. And you got people thinking they annexed it, like part of the city. Well, they now have to pay city tax because they annexed Crimea? Why, if you annex it, what's the big deal? Did they get a vote on it? No, they just took it. But we guaranteed their territorial sovereignty in 1994 in the Budapest Memorandum. Yes, we did. With Bill Clinton. Of all people. Oh my God, it just dawned on me. Bill Clinton struck those great deals with North Korea. Why, hell, you say. And this is the guy that doesn't understand foreign policy. I'm just telling you now. Just telling you right now, okay? This guy right here understands every bit of it. He knows everything that he's telling you, and that's why he went to the 1%. Because we've known since 1994 that we made deals all through Europe. You may not like it or not. I mean, I'm an America first, but we did. When it broke up, we made deals. So here you go. I don't like the aggression. Well, let's go back to this article. President Obama, that would be Obama, for you people that are getting ready to cheer for Beto O'Rourke, Francis, out there, because they don't want to tear the children away. They don't want to tear the children away from their moms and dads. You think of that. Think of what's getting ready to happen over Ukraine. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, that would be Estonia, that is September 3rd, 2014. It is 2018, folks. It's the end of it 4 years ago. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, a small Eastern Europe country, responsible fears it could be next on Russia's invasion list. He goes to Estonia to give a speech, was a huge step against Russian aggression. Obama promised that the U.S. and other members of NATO, he promised in the speech, we got your back, NATO. How can you have anybody's damn back if nobody's paying the damn bills? Huh? How? Trump come along and said, NATO, you need to start paying your fair share. Because I tell you what, you already got Crimea. That's a hotbed. It's going to develop. Something bad's going to go wrong there. We got other areas in the world that something's going to go wrong, and you're not paying the bills. But the media is like, oh my God. He asked them to pay up. He was a debt collector. He called them. Trump keeps hiding his phone number, ghosting his phone number. Yeah, that's a Donald. All right, anyhow. So, the serious side, right? Members of NATO, a military alliance that includes most of Europe, would fight to defend any invaded member state, including Estonia, as if were Berlin, Paris, or London. That's a quote. That is a big deal meant to deter Russian aggression with the ultimate threat, war against the United States military. Now, folks, before we get in here too far, for all those people that think that Trump loves Russia, okay, and Putin can do anything he wants, okay, I have proved over time that's not true. I told you, if you go way back, if you watch this show for a period of time, I told you when he started making NATO pay up, who would it upset the most but the Russians? The Russians were not happy, have not been happy, that NATO is getting more money in the bank account. Russia is not happy that Trump is forcing NATO to come to the plate. Russia is not happy that the Secretary General of NATO is coming out and saying, hey, we got more equipment, we've got better equipment, we're modernizing our equipment. Who is the most upset about that? Russia. So who are we determined to defend? And Russia is pushing around some people to see what the new NATO that Trump, he doesn't like, will do. The test of NATO is what he's doing. And guess what? Go back to number 2. Please get out from Ukraine, Mr. Putin. Guess what? That's what Ukraine said and asked Obama to do in 2014. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back as I attempt once again to understand foreign policy better than Bill Clinton. Take a break.